My name is Jared Sturdevant. I'm the owner of Mulching Masters, LLC, based out of Chehalis, Washington. We serve basically all of Western Washington, a little bit in Eastern Washington. 2018 is when I started my business and started with a Cat 299. Going from that 299 to a 300, night and day difference, obviously. And when I got the 300, it opened up a lot of doors, way more opportunity. Almost tripled my production in a day, especially in the fuels reduction for wildland firefighting and big commercial projects. Again, average, like this job here we're doing, I'm covering about 3/4 of an acre to an acre an hour with the 300. Obviously you get into your bigger trees, fir trees. Fir trees are, if you've never seen a fir tree or nobody's been around a Doug fir tree, it's about the hardest tree you've ever come up against with a mulcher. And just doing fir trees, I don't know, depending on the size, you could be 2-3 acres a day versus blackberries and alders and Scotch bloom, our normal Pacific Northwest brush. That I can do about an acre an hour, 3/4 of an acre to an hour. The FAE teeth you can't beat them. Strongest teeth on the market, I think. You might pay a little more for them, but at the end of the day, it's well worth it. I mean, on my carbides, I'm getting anywhere from 700 to 1,200 hours on a set of carbides, and then I run 16 chipper knives in the center of my head for when I come up to trees and your dense woody material. And those just depends on what I'm running in. I can get anywhere from 40 to 200, 250 hours out of a set of those. So this job is roughly 80 acres. The primary scope on this job is just to get the blackberries and the briars, everything down to the ground so the ground can see sunlight to get dried out, because they're going to start, there's going to be roughly somewhere between 100 and 200 houses here by the end of 2022. So we're just trying to get the brush knocked down and the trees ground up, so the ground will dry up. So there's really, we're not doing a real fine comb job, go over it multiple times. It's just get it on the ground and go over it, grind it up once. But the FAEs, you only have to go over it one time anyways, and it grinds it up so well. Started this job yesterday, Monday. We've measured it, mapped it out on GPS yesterday. We completed 17 acres with 2 machines in 6.5 hours. So hopefully we'll be done, if all goes well, no breakdowns, which never had a breakdown yet. We'll be done by Friday. I like to think I never have a challenge, but especially with a 300. But I think probably on this job, the biggest challenge is going to be the mud and the rocks. But that's just nature of the beast, part of the job. The flotation that the 300 has across the wet ground you'd think it's a damn pontoon boat. It just floats, there's to be some mucky spots, but if you get into a mucky spot, it just crawls right out, and no lack of power whatsoever. So this project, or this piece of property, is owned by the Janicki family. They cleared this, they logged this property, I think they said in the 1990s, and I'm not exactly sure, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, they came in and cleared this whole property that I'm clearing. It took them just a little over a month with 5 machines. And the property owner came up here today and was just in awe, because we're gonna be done with this in 4 to 5 days with 2 machines. And when we're done, we're gonna leave and they don't have to do anything. There's no burning, there's no hauling debris away, nothing. And the finished product is just 10 times better than any other product, with excavators and all that good stuff. With all our wildfires we've been having, we can go in with the PT-300 or the 175 and just all your underbrush and all the dead and down debris that's on the ground, we can come in and mulch it up, mix it in with the soil, rehabilitate the soil, allow for new green vegetation to grow, and then in turn with slowing down and stopping wildfires and It helps with the wildlife, gives food for the wildlife, lets them traverse the ground that they couldn't traverse before. It's all around just a better deal from fires to wildlife to recreation, all across the board. I chose PrimeTech just because of the, Cascade Trader, Rich Lennox being a dealer right there in the backyard, the product support. Then I got the opportunity a year ago to go back to the Flowery branch, to the headquarters, and I went through that warehouse and through that parts department. They had any part I could imagine that I would break or lose or had, if I break down, I'm guaranteed to be running in 36 hours, 48 hours. And probably the best, coolest thing any one of them said was, if we don't have the part on the shelf, we'll take the part off of a machine out back. And you can't beat that. That's service.